Academically podcast, your trusted source for navigating global healthcare migration and career advancements. I'm Muskan Gupta, your host, and today we will be talking about the dentistry examinations for Dubai. We have Dr. Sonal with us today, our program manager for dentistry courses. Welcome, Dr. Sonal. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you so much, Muskan. Glad to join you today with you.
Okay, so let's move forward with the questions, Dr. Sonal. So we have a lot of questions that come to students' minds when they talk about the dentistry examination for Dubai, right? So the very first question that comes to the mind for the student is that what is the pattern of the syllabus for this examination?
Thank you, Muskan, for the question. So when we talk about the dentists who want to practice in Dubai, the one thing which we have to make sure is you should know what the pattern of the examination for the DHA exam for dentists. So as of January 2023, the pattern now holds is you have 150 questions in total with 170 minutes. So the exam duration is 170 minutes and the number of questions which you have to attempt is 150 questions. Talking about the passing rate, if I would like to add it over here, in order to pass the DHA exam for dentists, you need to have an aggregate score of 60% or above to be qualified as a DHA qualified student for practicing dentistry in Dubai. Also adding to this, now there are certain subjects which hold a lot of importance over there. If you talk about getting 60% in restorative dentistry or oral surgery or periodontics, and you get lesser marks in the other subjects also, that also holds good. If you get 60% in all these three subjects, then also you are qualified as a DHA dentist.
Okay, so that covers our pattern for the examination. Now talking about the syllabus. So what is the syllabus for this examination?
Okay, so talking about the syllabus for the DHA examination, you basically have 6 subjects which are the major ones for you to qualify. Number 1, endodontics. Number 2, operative dentistry. Number 3, oral surgery, periodontics, prosthodontics, and that's how it goes.
That's great. That's great. So this ends the topic for the syllabus and the pattern. But the main question that comes into the minds of aspirants is that how much are they going to get paid? Like what is the salary for the examination?
Yes. So very good question, Muskan. That is something which people urge for. So in Dubai, so you can practice as a general dentist as well as a specialist dentist. I will specifically talk about the general dentist. So if you talk about a general dentist, which is he or she is having 2 years of experience just. So there, on an average, if you talk about the salary, it's around about 90,000 to 1 lakh, 1.5 lakh of Indian INR, which is a certain dirhams in Dubai as a fresher. But definitely, if you add more experience to what you have, your salary increases. This is the salary.
Okay. So I've also heard that there are this percentage-based salary or fixed salary. So would you like to comment anything about that?
Yes. So specifically talking about, there are 2 kinds of salaries for dentists practicing in Dubai. Number 1 is the percentage-based salary. Number 2 is the fixed salary. Talking about the percentage-based salary, suppose if you join a clinic or a hospital wherein they give you a commitment that they'll be giving you 30% base salary. So, if I would like to give you an example, suppose there's a patient in your clinic and you have attended that patient, you have done the treatment, and that patient has paid to the clinic or the hospital 1,000 dirhams. Out of that, it's not that you'll be getting 30% of 1,000 dirhams. Instead, they will be deducting a certain kind of revenue from them. Revenue as in, they will deduct the material cost of them, they'll be deducting the rent cost of the clinic and so on. So then whatever cost is remaining after the deduction of the revenue, from that you get 30% as your salary per patient. Now that is why it is always suggested that whenever you join a clinic or a hospital as a dentist in Dubai, you need to know or you need to actually have an idea as to how much is the revenue deduction done and how much enhanced salary will you get. So this is all about the percentage salary. If we talk about the fixed salary, is what I mentioned before. So that is it, the amount of dirhams which we get. Yeah.
So you mentioned that the aspirants have to join a clinic, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what would you like to say? Are there any things that they should keep in mind before joining the clinic?
Okay, so a lot of things actually to keep in mind before joining a clinic. But specifically, I would like to say 3 things. 1, your clinic should be very near to where you stay. Because transportation and all that costs a lot in Dubai. It's an expensive city, so it costs a lot. Secondly, your practice also depends upon the patient flow. So whenever you go to a clinic, nobody or no employer will tell you that okay, my patient flow is good or bad, because it's fluctuating, right? So if you are practicing in an urban setup, definitely your salary will be according to that. But if you are practicing in a rural setup, your salary depends. Then also depending upon the patient flow, so sometimes some clinics offer you your timings of your consultation. So make sure that you take those timings when the patient flow is maximum, because Dubai is a country wherein you have lot of humidity, lot of heat, the temperature is usually high. So during the daytime you don't have a lot of patient flow, but in the evening it's more. So that's convenient for you as a dentist to attend the patients. And if you don't have patients, there is no point,
Right.
So that's the thing.
Okay, so there are a lot of questions regarding the visa as well, right? Because the aspirants ultimately, look for visa support as well. So do clinics provide visa support as well?
Yes, good question. So talking about the visa support, not all clinics and hospitals provide a visa support, but yes, some do. So it's better if you're joining a hospital or a clinic, make sure that this pointer is also there with you, that whether they are providing visa support or not for your process to be smooth.
Okay. And talking about the license, right? So is the license activated even without working, or do you need to have to work for that?
Okay. So talking about the license, now there are two things. Sometimes again, as the visa support, your hospital or a clinic or your employer also gives you a support for licensing. Licensing will be only valid once you start practicing. You need to join a clinic or a hospital to get your license activated. Sometimes your hospital or clinic also activates your license on your behalf. They don't charge any money for that. But if you have to activate it at your own end, then you have to pay a fees of 3,000 to 3,700 dirhams, which is the cost. And for DHA registration, again, you have a cost of 200 dirhams. So that is definitely holding good. But yeah, you have to pay 3,000 to 3,700 dirham range payment in order to get your license activated once you have joined the hospital.
Dr. Sonal, that is great. I believe that answers a lot of the questions that come into the aspirant's mind while pursuing the examination. And if you do have any other questions, feel free to comment below and we'll be reaching you out. You could also visit our website and fill out the form for free consultation. This concludes our Academically podcast. A big thank you to Dr. Sonal, our program manager, for being here with us today. I'm Muskan Gupta, your host, wishing you success and luck for your dental career in Dubai. Thank you.